Fellow graduates and students, over the last 3 years here at Colau Baptist Academy, my classmates and I have learned some important things. Mrs. Abal taught us that one thing with the computer. Miss O taught us how to diagram every part of a sentence and probably made up some words too. In Constitution class, Miss G, now Mrs. O, taught us more about our Constitution to better understand our rights. A lot of good times in that class with classroom courts and great conversation not only about current events but life in general. Mr. Midkiff taught us math and how to engineer toothpick bridges with geometry and how to put the alphabet in a math problem. Mrs. Law taught us how to recognize elements of literature and also great times of conversation in her class. Mrs. V taught us history for a little and then about life in college through guidance class. Mr. V taught us science and cool facts and experiments. The many great Bible teachers we have had like Mr. Taylor and Mr. Bowen gave us great spiritual guidance and nourishment. Mrs. O and Mr. Bowen taught us Spanish. I remember this one, como se llama bebe. And all this knowledge will no doubt be valuable as we go forward in life. But I think that the most important thing that I've learned over the last 4 years in high school is to not be afraid to dream big and fall forward. Over the next few minutes, I'd like to talk about what I learned, the people I have to thank. I told you that the most important thing that I learned was dream big and fall forward. Let me explain. I have found that the worthwhile things in life are not the things you lower your expectations for and settle for. Therefore, dream big. Nelson Mandela said, "There's no passion to be found playing small and settling for a life that is less than the one you are capable of living." This applies to all things, from little decisions like budgeting your money so you can afford what you want later, to big things like deciding what to do after high school. We are always told to dream big, but we have to also remember, often with big dreams come big failures. We also have to remember that with every failure, if you choose to grow, great success will come out of it. Thomas Edison had 1,000 failed experiments, but you do not hear about those because the last experiment was a success, the incandescent light bulb. Michael Jordan lost 300 games, missed 26 game-winning shots, and missed over 9,000 shots in his basketball career. But you do not hear about those because he overcame and learned from his mistakes. Michael Jordan is now the most impactful player in basketball today, and he did not get there by dreaming small and lowering his expectations for himself. The important thing to learn is that we will fall down. That is just life. But we have to make sure we fall forward. Think of it this way. If you fall forward, you have a better chance of catching yourself and seeing where you fall. Once we catch ourselves, we have to keep going. Not only do we have to understand that we will fall, but we also have to learn that dreams that are not backed by goals stay dreams. Goals keep you focused on the end dream or prize. 1 Corinthians 9:24 says, "Know ye not that they which run in a race run all, but one receiveth the prize? So run that ye may obtain." Once you make goals, you cannot quit. You probably will fail at least one of them, but you cannot give up. Find a way around the failure, or make a new goal, and fight, pray, and strive to succeed and make up for the lost time. It is okay. You will not always fail. You will catch a break. To achieve the dream is not easy, however. You have to strive for the training and knowledge to succeed, but have the strength to fail. If you do not fail, you have not tried hard enough. If your dream is really your biggest dream, you will find a way to succeed. The things in life we want the most, we find a way to achieve them. When we do accomplish that dream, dream again, because life is a continuous opportunity to fight to succeed. I'd like to take a moment to thank the people that have brought me here. I would first like to thank my family. Without them and their support and encouragement, I would not be here and would not have been able to achieve so much. I want to thank my mom and my dad for being my rock and always there for me in my corner, cheering me on no matter what. I want to thank my siblings for putting up with me and the good times and memories we have made growing up together. I want to thank my close friends for the laughter, fun, support, and great times. I want to thank my teachers for their support and academic guidance. I would also like to thank my teammates for the great times and experiments, and my classmates for the fun times and academic competition. I would also like to thank everyone who has allowed me into their home and treated me like family, especially the Tippies and Balakans. Lastly, I want to thank my grandmother for always giving me advice and never leaving my side, even now as she watches from above. So now we are high school graduates, and soon we're going to be hopefully signing each other's yearbooks and saying goodbye. There will be hugs and tears. We'll do our best to stay in touch, but we'll be living our lives and doing our best. As some final thoughts going forward, I'd like to leave you with a quote from Martin Luther King Jr. He says, "If you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward." And lastly, a Bible verse from Proverbs 16:3. It says, "Commit thy works unto the Lord, and thy thoughts shall be established." From the bottom of my heart, thank you all, and I wish you the very best.